All right, it's time to set up our 3.4 homework, which is multiplying and dividing, solving one-step equations. So, starting with the odds, this is how I want you to set it up. Write down the original equation, 8y equals 56, and I already know that you know that y is 7, but it's the process that you're showing me, so you need to show me the steps. So the first step that you absolutely positively need to put down here is that you have knowledge that this is a multiplication one-step equation to be undone with division. So you need to put a division line. You have to put a division line. Then what are you going to divide both sides by? The numerical value next to the variable, which is called the coefficient. Whatever the coefficient is, that's what you're going to divide both sides by, not the opposite, because in this instance, you want to create 1. When we were doing 3.3, you wanted to create 0, additive inverse. This, we want to create 1 with the multiplicative inverse. So I'm going to divide both sides by 8, because that's exactly what's next to the variable, the coefficient. That way I can look at this and go 8 divided by 8 is 1. So that cancels out. And I'm left with y is equal to 7. So I've just solved this equation. And here is my solution. And I need to check it. Go back to the original problem, which was 8y. But instead of y, you are going to put what y equals, which happens to be 7. So I'm going to put 7 right here. And that equals 56. Your goal is to determine if the equation is true, if the left side equals the right side. 8 times 7 is 56. 56 equals 56. I know, it's a lot of steps to show when you already knew that y equals 7. You're learning a process so that when the problems get more challenging, you have the process down. Skip a line, go on to question number 3. And you move down the process. Once you get used to doing these, it really gets quite easy. So this is 3u is equal to negative 12. Same thing. Acknowledge that it's multiplication. Undo your multiplication with division. Put your division line down. Divide both sides by the coefficient. The coefficient is the numerical value next to the variable. Whatever it is, that's what you're dividing both sides by, just like that. Negative 3 divided by negative 3 is equal to 1, and you're left with your solution. There it is. Go ahead on to the check step, because that's your solution right there. Your check step is taking the original problem down. Negative 3 times u, you want it to equal negative 12. What is u equal to? Right here. So you're going to plug it in to the original equation and make sure that this side equals this side. Negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. So yes, the left side equals the right side, and it checks. And you're just going to keep going down the process, doing each one of those odd problems. I want to do question 7. So let's go 5. I need about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, skip. So I'm going to put 7 right here. 7 is an example of a division problem. So I would have n divided by negative 1 is equal to 31. Undo division with the multiplicative inverse, which is multiplication. This time you're going to multiply both sides by whatever's in the denominator. So if there's a negative 1, I'm going to multiply both sides by negative 1. Notice how I'm writing it next to it, not under it, next to it. Okay, because that way I can extend that line and I can look here, negative 1 divided by negative 1, that equals 1. And I'm left with negative, or n equals negative 31. That's your solution. Go ahead and check it into the original problem, which was n divided by negative 1 equals 31. But instead of n, I'm going to substitute what n is, which is negative 31. Negative 31 divided by negative 31 is positive 31. And 31 equals 31. It checks. Then I want you to go ahead, draw a line down, create your second column, and start with your next. You'll notice it does take a lot of room and it takes a lot of paper, but once you get good at these and comfortable at them, they're really, really very easy to do, and you'll move quickly through them. So good luck, and make sure you show your homework exactly the way I just showed you here. Otherwise, you'll get it returned and you'll have to redo it. And I think it's smart if you just do it right the first time and you won't have to redo it. Good luck.